Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be viewing this. I hope you've had a great day or are going to have a great day. This is Jonathan Gengle, one of the financial advisors with Bayntree Wealth Advisors, presenting to you the current 401k educational webinar. And in this discussion, we're kind of going to elaborate a little bit further based off of my previous webinar that had to do with language that governs retirement plans and investing and understanding that communication and getting into kind of a very specific topic and understanding your critical 401k documents and what information you should be looking for, what requirements are there, and just give you kind of a good roadmap to follow to understand those types of documents. You may be getting those either in the mail or via email or through a messaging center. So when you see those, it is important to review those on an annual basis. As always, your 401k team over at Bayntree here is dedicated to you as the plan participant to provide education and guidance on the plan and also how the plan integrates with your overall financial objectives. So if you have any questions on any area of planning, please use us as a resource. So today, again, probably not the most exciting topic, but very important, again, in understanding the types of documentation you will have already received or will be receiving and how it relates to your 401k plan. So a very important document is the summary plan description. So this kind of goes through all of the components within your employer's plan, and it is specific to your employer's plan. So if you have worked for multiple employers and have had experience with multiple 401k plans, each one of these is going to be different and pertain to that plan and go through the specific provisions that govern that plan. So it's really important to understand these items because it will tell you factors like what is the eligibility requirement to even participate in the plan? When can you enter into that plan? What types of contributions can you make? Is there pre-tax and Roth, or are you limited to only pre-tax contributions? Are there any loan provisions? Knowing these types of items will allow you to make decisions on how to best utilize this plan for your own financial objectives. So very important to review that summary plan description, again, as it will give you a good framework and general guidelines with how you might be able to utilize your 401k plan to optimize your finances moving forward. 404A5 notice. So it's kind of a mouthful, but pretty simple document. So it discloses the investment related information within the plan, goes through the basic expenses, a breakdown of rate of return of each of the investments. So a lot of this will be found on the platform in terms of the provider of the plan. Depending on preferences you have for communication, this may be sent out to you in an email, it may be sent out regular mail, but there is an annual requirement that this notice is provided to plan participants so they can understand, again, some of those inner workings of the plan to then make decisions on the best way to utilize that plan in terms of their overall financial planning objective. So be on the lookout for that. Again, there's an annual requirement that's delivered to plan participants. And it has a lot of good information to help you make some of those investment decisions and understand what fees are also coming out that are associated with those investments. Quarterly participant statement. So everybody should be receiving these from their plan provider. Again, depending on your communication preferences, this could be something that's coming in the mail. It could be emailed to you. If you set up an online access point, you can get some more real-time information as well. But this will go through kind of a line item breakdown of everything in terms of if you have questions about what are the costs for ownerships of certain funds, what are the administrative charges, those will all be broken down. It will also give you a record of your contributions and the performance of your account within that quarterly period of time. And a lot of people might get this and they just see the letter or the notice and they just disregard it. But I would encourage everybody to go through and look at the information contained within their quarterly statement. If you have any questions on what the information is and what each item means and how it pertains to you, please let us know. We're more than happy to go through that information with you. And then finally, a really important component, and sometimes it is overlooked, but we really stress this on a regular basis: designation of your beneficiary and making sure that that's up to date on a regular basis. So if you look at, if you're in Arizona, we're a community property state, spouse is required unless they sign off to be your primary beneficiary. But it's really important to have that individual listed and be accurate, and the percentages be accurate, because let's just say you have a will. Those designations are going to supersede whatever you have written in your will. So if you have a will that says you want certain assets to go to certain individuals in a certain manner, and you want that to also coincide with how your funds would potentially be distributed from your employer sponsored plan if something happened to you, you'd want to make sure that that was consistent. Just because your plan provider doesn't know anything that you've done within those legal documents, they're going to go by what they have on file. And again, just making sure that that's accurate as your life changes is really important, because it will obviously simplify what happens if you were to pass away, and then also ensuring that the individual or individuals that you want to receive these funds, should something happen to you, that it goes to the correct parties as well. So please, we say usually on an annual basis, make sure to check the beneficiaries and make sure that those are correct. And a lot of times that can be done. Yeah, your HR should have that piece of information. A lot of times you can do this on the platform site as well. But if you have questions on where to find that information and how to make changes if necessary, please let us know, and we'll be able to direct you to get that information updated. And that's about it. Again, these are some of the critical documents that are contained and available to you within the 401k plan that give you those pieces of information to make sound decisions. Again, please reach out to your HR representative or us at Bayntree if you have any questions on any of these documents and what they mean to your own situation. And we look forward to speaking with you all soon. Take care.